Continuing the chapter review. So I'm going to go over this. So find the phase shift of the function. Now, phase shift. Okay, we do the phase shift when we factor it out, right? Is there a number in front of the x?
No.
No. So do I need to factor it out?
No.
So what's my phase shift going to be?
Positive pi over 4.
Thank you. Positive pi over 4 because it's always opposite the sign on the inside, right?
Yes.
So this one's positive pi over 4. Okay, so now is it moving up or down?
Up. No. Down?
Okay, so now listen. Basketball players, when they jump, what do they measure?
Vertical.
Vertical. So that would be my V shift, right? Do they jump up and down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, up and down. So up and down is vertical. Yeah. Yeah. In there. Yeah. Okay, so V shift is up and down. V shift is up and down. So that means it's not up, it's not down.
To the right.
Okay, it's to the right because it's going to be opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay.
And if it was a positive, be to the left, right?
Yes. Positive E goes to the left. Opposite directions. All right, number 14 right here. Okay, so number 14, it says, oh, same thing. Find the phase shift. So now phase shift right here. So for the phase shift on this one, what do I have to do?
Multiply.
Factor. I have to factor it out, right? Factor. What am I factoring? Let's factor out a 4. So I'm going to take my scratch paper right here so I could do this. So it's going to be 4 parentheses x minus pi over 4 divided by
4 over 1.
4 over 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I have to do here?
You divide it.
Divide, right? Divide by fraction, so that's multiplied by the reciprocal.
Pi over 16.
Pi over 4, okay, times 1 over 4. So I get pi over 16. Now, this sign is negative, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, my phase shift has to be positive pi over 16. So that's to the
Right.
pi over 16, right pi over 16. Right here, here it is. Okay, A. There we go.
There she is.
Make sense?
Yes.
Questions?
Nope.
Okay, so match this with its graph. Okay, so you have 4 of them that you have to match. Make sense?
Yeah.
So, let's take a look. I'm going to show you guys how to do this on the calculator. And so I'm going to do this. I'm going to say this is F1, F2, F3, F4. So now on your graph, so go to your scratch pad, press document, and the letter B. It's going to clear out everything because it's changing the windows and all kinds of weird stuff. So right here, so F1, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Let me lower the brightness on this one. There we go. So F1, it's going to be this one right here. So it's going to be sine of x minus pi over 3. There's my F1. F2, hit tab, cosine of x plus pi over 3. Hit tab again. For F3, it's going to be sine of x plus pi over 3 and tab again to my F4, my cosine of x minus pi over 3. Yeah, it looks kind of neat, right? Okay, so now we're going to change our window now. Our window is going to help us out the most. So if I'm looking at all my graphs right here, what is the x minimum?
1.
What is the x minimum? Look at negative 2 pi, right? Negative 2 pi. So I'm going to go menu, window, settings. So the x minimum is going to be negative 2 pi. The x maximum is going to be 2 pi. What is the y minimum going to be? Negative 3. And y maximum?
3.
All right, so let's go through and start picking out some of this information. Now, the easiest one, which one's the easiest one to pick out that's different than the rest?
F1.
The blue one, right? F1's the easiest one to pick out. Why?
Because it
Starts from the bottom, doesn't it?
yeah.
Okay, so that one's completely different than the rest, doesn't it? So I know that this one right here, my F1 has to be which one here?
1.
Let's take a look. Is it A?
No, it's B.
No, is it B?
No.
What is it?
C.
Okay, there we go. So 1 is going to be C. So F2. So now I'm going to do something. I want you guys to watch this because I'm going to help you guys out here. So you highlight on it, you click on it, and this hit delete, and it gets rid of it. So now you no longer have to look at that one.
Wait, what if you go one by one?
Huh?
What if you go one by one?
You could go one by one, but it might confuse you a little bit because you want to see the difference in a couple of these because the difference is slight here.
Yeah.
Okay? So slight differences. So now out of all these other ones, I know that this one right here, which is going to be my red one, the red one is going down here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now which one is that one going to be?
A.
That one's going to be A, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2 is my A. 2 is the A because I can look at the graphs and see which ones. So this one right here is going down. So there we go. So I can get rid of F2.
Oh, shoot. Thank you.
Sorry. So I'm going to click on it and delete that one. There we go. All right. So now these ones are slightly different now, right? Slightly different. So now let's take a look. So we have B and D left over. Okay. So now the black one. Okay, I accidentally deleted the label for that one. That was my F3, right?
Yep.
Okay, the black one starts, so on the y-axis it's higher, right? It's closer to 1, isn't it?
Yeah, that's deep.
Okay, so now let's take a look. So the black one should start higher on the y-axis. Let's take a look. This one is almost at 1. This one's about at a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for this one right here, so for 3 it has to be letter B. 3 is letter B, and therefore my last one has to be 4 is D. Now, let's go through and take a look at what I wrote down for this. 1C, 2A, 3B, 4D.
Safe.
Could I have stopped right here?
Yeah.
I could have stopped right here, right? But on the test tomorrow, or on Thursday, it might not be that easy to pick it out. So I want you guys to be able to eliminate as much as you can and go all the way through. Okay? So now, just by the answer, since I said 1 is C, it has to be this one. So that answer is A. All right. Any more questions? Because that's the last. The answer key is on the back side. No questions? All right. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.
Link in the description.
Click in the description.